One versus the world. A scary concept for some, but for others, fuel. It's easy to look back in history at Galileo or any other scientist who went against the entire world and won. It's always the same. Those in the moment never realize that their increasing resistance to that change is leading to a crescendo that crashes into the new paradigm of understanding, and sometimes into new eras entirely, and always with their arrogance and ignorance revealed. While the lessons of history ought not be forgotten, one can also not blame those in the moment for not recognizing what was happening. It's not like Galileo had already gone up against the entire world earlier in his career and beaten the planet once already. I mean, if that had happened, one would have to look back at the stubbornness of science and philosophy the second time around as a bit more immoral, if not stupid. I mean, it's not like it is today, with Dr. Robitaille, for example. Easy to go find how crazy he is in an internet search, but the same was true in the early 90s before he utterly crushed the entire science world, shattered the world record for NMRI, and changed radiological science forever when everyone else told him it was impossible. Certainly, we can't say any such obvious things happened back in Galileo's day with our ancestors, so we've got to give them that one. The situation sort of reminds me of the solar and electric influence to earthquakes, which was crazy according to the entire world just a decade ago. Now, there are papers, books, and satellites tracking these things. It reminds me of how the 2012 claim that dark matter would not be found was regarded as being blind on the precipice of their imminent discovery, for which we are still waiting. Even as the solar forcing papers cross the 800 mark this decade, and our student wins the National Science Championship for Solar Weather Connections, you're still considered a denier of reality to suggest any of those things are real. The funny thing is that the people in the process of repeating history never realize they're doing it. The only difference now is the ones with the deck stacked against them have already defeated those odds, sometimes more than once. You'd think the rest of them would know better, but history, we learn nothing. Here we go again.